Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending where you're watching us. My name is Fausto Pinto. I'm the head of cardiology at Lisbon University Medical School. I'm also currently the president of the World Heart Federation, and I'm a cardiologist, and I'm delighted to have with us today two eminent speakers, experts, Professor Rosano and Professor Kasky. And we are starting today a new initiative called the Angina Updates Initiative, which is dedicated to the management of patients with chronic, particularly with chronic coronary syndromes, or if you want, patients with coronary heart disease. We're all facing in our lives, in our medical lives every day, very significant issues and how to do the best management of these patients. And these patients, they are a substantial amount of the number of people that we have to treat and that we have to manage, either on the outpatient clinic or even patients who can being admitted for decompensation of their clinical situation. We also have some recent guidelines. We do have some recent data that has been also published, some trials that have been important, some discussions that have been around this topic for a long time. Therefore, we felt that it was a very good timing, and particularly the timing that we are living now in this pandemic, where there's been a lot of neglected patients with non-COVID and neglected patients, particularly with coronary artery disease and with angina. That will be very important to have this discussion, to have exchange of information, of experiences with the colleagues coming from different parts of the world. And that was basically the big reason and the background behind this initiative, and Giuseppe will give you a little bit more details in just a few minutes. I have to thank here the Translational Medicine Academy, which is basically the platform that is organizing all these different initiatives that will run through the next months. And this is the first initiative that we are having today, this webinar, and also Servier for the unrestricted grant that provided to support this initiative, which we hope will be useful for all of us, because basically all of us will be very much interested in discussing this important topic for our daily medical lives, and particularly for the best management that we can provide to our patients. So without further ado, I will hand over now to Professor Giuseppe Rosano, who's going to give you a little bit more details on this important initiative. So Giuseppe, please.
Thank you very much, Fausto, and it's a great pleasure to present this initiative, the outline of this initiative that we've drafted together with Professor Pinto and Professor Kasky, and with the help of an international steering committee. Now, as we've heard already from Professor Kasky, how important is angina, that it's multifactorial, and requires a different type of approach, a more tailored approach in order to be within the guidelines, but also based on an individual approach. Now, of course, it is important to understand that the adequate medical therapy involves an adequate timing of intervention, the identifications of high-risk patients with comorbidities, but also that we have to